Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Anime Vanguards video. Today I'll be showcasing both of the Battle Pass units. Here are the timestamps for these specific showcases. Before I get into it though, make sure to like the video, it helps out more than you think. And question of the day for you to answer in the comments below: who do you like better out of the current Battle Pass, the Goblin Slayer or the Priest unit? The first unit we're going to be showcasing here is the Goblin Slayer unit, who is a very unique unit in the sense where he doesn't attack normally. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade him all the way, because you're going to notice he only has this one attack, and his range actually is kind of mediocre, but it's really good for his type of unit. So you're actually going to see he put down a little circle right here, so you got to read through his passives to know how this works. So the first passive straight up says that he does not attack, instead he'll lay up to 5 traps on the track, and the trap placement speed depends on the SPA. So for example, this means that he's going to be placing down 1 trap every 10.7 seconds. Now these traps begin at 20% of his damage, and they will grow 5% a second, up to 400% of his damage. When an enemy steps on a trap, it will explode and dealing all of the stored damage, bypassing all damage reduction. So that's actually really good right here. So each of these traps increase at 5% of his damage a second, with some of these being able to, be stored for later back here. Now that does mean that each of these traps has the potential to go above 400,000 damage if they get stored up enough. Now it's also crucial to note that you can place down 4 of these, and each of them can place down 5 traps. It is not a 5 trap limit total, it is 5 traps per. This of course means you can have up to 20 of these traps, definitely making him an ethereal unit. But the second passive makes him even better, because it says that if an enemy is hit by a trap, he will attack them and apply rupture, and then anytime this unit's placed, he will decrease the upgrade costs of the next placement of this unit by 20%. So this guy right here costs about 60,000 to upgrade fully. This guy is going to cost slightly less than that. This guy is going to cost even less than that one, and then this guy is going to cost even less than the previous one. But as you can see, on top of them hitting the traps, he will also attack them, and then these traps can stack up really fast. Now, I will say Monarch definitely could work for this type of unit. The only issue is that you kind of need to let the traps stack up for a while. But in this case, if you were to get a trap down to 400% of his damage, then each trap would be doing 2 million damage. Which, that's definitely not bad, and considering you're also going to be attacking them with this damage right here every single time they hit one. Overall, Goblin Slayer is actually a really cool idea for a unit, and I'll probably be using him personally myself just for fun. The second unit we're going to be showcasing here is the Priest unit, who is absolutely an amazing support. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade her a little bit. She starts out at full AoE, then she gets a small cone AoE at about a fourth of her range. And then lastly, she gets like a large line AoE right here, but her attack stats aren't what matters here, even though her attack stats actually really good, as well as her cooldown for a support unit. Having 5k DPS actually isn't all that bad. But what makes her so good is her passives, as almost any other unit in this game. The first passive will make her stun enemies for 2 seconds upon hitting them, and then when attacking an enemy that is on a stun lockout, basically meaning that they're in a state where they cannot be stunned after already having been stunned, she will instead slow them by 30% for 10 seconds. So that's going to be put into use like whenever you have multiple of these guys placed down and they're all hitting different enemies, or they're all hitting the same enemy. The second passive basically makes her a better version of the previous Battle Pass unit, Owl. Not the previous one, 2 Battle Passes ago, but she's basically a better version of him, because anytime an ally in range is inflicted with a debuff, after 5 seconds they will cleanse that ally of all debuffs. So if we go ahead and, here, let me just sell her real quick, so that way she's not insta-killing stuff. If we just place down an Alucard and get him up to full AoE right here, just to make this easier, we're going to spawn in some enemies that have energy drain right here, and you're going to see after he gets inflicted with energy drain, after 5 seconds he's going to have that energy drain cleansed of him. I will say they need to rework her a little bit, because currently if a unit is already at its lowest and they're not getting inflicted with a debuff anymore, then this unit's not going to actually cleanse them. So I do take back what I said. She's not a better version of Owl. She's a worse version of Owl that just has his capabilities on placement. Well guys, that's the end of the showcases. Make sure to like and subscribe, as well as join the Discord below. I enjoyed talking to y'all, But before we end the video, as always, I got a joke for y'all to hopefully make you laugh. I saw my wife blowing bubbles at my kid's birthday party. Oh boy, am I not hiring that clown again. Anyway, you guys have a great day, good luck on the grind, and I will see you guys next time.
My name is